right. Here we go. This is the Harold Matthews Cup Prelim Final. And the highlights today are brought to you by Warriors Anonymous, the online store. Head to warriorsanonymous.com.au or warriorsanonymous.co.nz if you're in New Zealand. And get your streetwear today. The whole family sorted, looking good. Make sure you get yours. Now, let's have a look as our Warriors went over to take on the South Sydney Rabbitohs at Redfern Oval. This is the prelim. Winner takes all. Winner goes through to the grand final. Loser, there is no tomorrow. It's just the off-season. Now the Warriors, not the start they wanted here. They dropped the ball on the very first hit-up of the game. Straight from the kickoff. So, it is the Rabbitohs piling on the pressure early. What can they do here? They come out to their centre, the number 4, Taj Al-Farani. He's wrapped up well there. Plays it back to the number 9, Hill. Across it comes to Charlie Batsup. Caused problems for them when they played a few weeks ago. Of course, the Warriors got out of jail in that game. Right on the buzzer. Buzzer beater to win the game. It's going to be a close one, you would think. It's the Rabbitohs. They bring it wide. And here is Diesel. Gionta McCarthy. Pushed onto his back here. Now it's the last tackle. What can they do? Rolled in behind. And Hinkley Ioka. What a play. From the winger spot, he got across, tracked across there. And caught that one right near the goal line. Warriors looking to attack from the other end. Comes into the hands of Parekahu Kepa. He plays it back to Ioka. Across it comes to Tyson Hansen playing in the 5/8 role in this game. Played most of the year in the forwards, back row or edge. See how he goes. Tusa Sawangia brings it out. Jeremiah Lemana with the step inside. And over he goes. Jeremiah Lemana. Great start for the Warriors. They withstand the early pressure from the Bunnies. And they respond with a great move here. Let's have a look at it on the replay. Down the short side, Tusa Sawangia. Nice little in run there from Dougal Grunt, I think it was. And then Jeremiah Lemana, just a step and evasion. Too good. Wonderful play there. And the Warriors fullback has had a great season. Great to see him get a try there. The Warriors happy about that. It was all wires in the early stages too. Get the ball out to big Bishop Neal. Look at this. It takes 1, 2, 3, 4. There's about 5 of them there. Try and keep him away from the try line. Here's a threat. Lucian Mikhaili. Over he goes. There was about 3 in a row. Warriors held up over the line. Bunnies holding firm on defence. The Warriors with crucial Korteka. Plays it just in front of the posts. So they come left to Byford. Tusa Sawangia. Cut out pass. Parekahu Kepa. Ioka for the corner. No, he cuts back in. And desperate defence sliding across to hold him out there. Can they get some points for all this pressure? It's only 4-0 at this point. A little chip kick there from Bishop Neal. And the referee said it was knocked on. So the Bunnies do survive once again. They come over to Peyton Taro. Now it's the Bunnies' turn to attack. So they come across. A little grubber kick in front of the sticks. Hinkley Ioka. Look at the work he does here. Catches the ball and gets into the field of play. Another great save from Hinkley Ioka. And followed up by a good run there by Jeremiah Lemana. Still some more attack coming for the Bunnies though. This is the bench forward number 16. Cabery. He plays it back now and they give it to Taro. Out it comes. Numbers. But no. He holds on to the ball there, the second rower. Diesel Gionta McCarthy. Chance goes begging there for the Rabbitohs. And the score remains at 4-0. Warriors trying to get things going from inside their own territory. They give it to Satali Asolele Fretten. And look at this for a run. Yeah, that's beautiful. He is a real threat. Glad to see him back in the team today. And a nice run from Kenny Luffy Tuanai. Always does a good job off the bench, taking things over halfway. Slow play the ball there. And Drayton Marriott trying to get cooking out of dummy half. grabbed himself a try a couple of weeks ago against the Roosters. And there's Luffy Tuanai again. Good shift from him, always hard working whenever he comes on the field. Solele Fretten puts the kick over to Jeremiah Lemana. Not the best kick though. Almost going the other way for the Rabbitohs, but well cleaned up by Swan there, Maasi. Warriors will keep coming back with more pressure in the 20th minute. Tosasawangia, and it comes to Hansen. Kepa almost got on the outside of his man, well held there. It comes back to Hansen, stretching them. Luffy Tuanai, straight ahead. More great defence, as there has been across the whole first half by the Bunnies. And a little grubber kick in there from Hansen. Well cleaned up. Beautifully done. And the Rabbitohs winger. Let's have a look at here. Now here's a run by Alfai Farani. Gets dragged down. And Tyson Hansen, you see on his hands and knees there, he had to come off the field. Like an ankle sprain, or he got caught up there, unfortunately. So he was taken from the field. What could the Bunnies do? As they send it out to Batu. And it comes to Feltham, the fullback. Darcy Feltham with the dummy. And the speed over in the corner. Little celebration as well, the surfer. Darcy Feltham gets the try to even things up 4-4. Let's have a look at it on the replay. It was well shifted across from Taro into the hands of Batu. Runners inside. And out it came to Feltham there. And he just had them going the wrong direction out there on that right edge for the Warriors. Well finished off there. Getting closer to half time now. Warriors looking to try and get the lead back. But Asolele Fretten plays it back to Marriott. Inside ball. Byford almost broke them there. Wrapped up well by the number 8, Lukani. Physical game from the front rower from South Sydney. And out it would come. This is Sawangia got the ball out. Whanolua played it on the last tackle. Drayton Marriott sends it back inside, and look out here. It's the chess piece. Bishop Neal, over he goes. They weren't expecting that on the final tackle of the set. Marriott fed it back in. And Bishop Neal, he is a force. Just barged his way over. It didn't matter how many players were in front of him. He had a slight gap there. They all came. 2 of them try to hold him up, but he's just too big and too strong. And he puts the Warriors back in front. The kick would go over, so it is 10 points to 4 at the turn of the break. Here we go with some more highlights in the second half from Lukani. What a run here from the front rower. They came out charging in the second half to the Bunnies. And he plays it back for them to come across to Taro. Peyton Taro goes over, but he loses the ball just as he's about to try and plant it down. Another chance goes begging there for the Bunnies. And have a look at this pass inside. Darcy Feltham. Great tackle around the legs there from Ronan Byford. Just held on. Desperation stuff, but they are under the pump here. Taro again. Breaks away from one. Still going, Peyton Taro. He'll play it right in front of the posts. Slow play of the ball there. Now it comes to Batu. Massive hit coming in. Alexander Boer with his unique sense of justice. The referee called it high. It really wasn't. But the Bunnies will get the penalty. And what can they do with it? Well, they go out a dummy half. Zane Hill tried to grab one. Couldn't quite do it. So Batu, the halfback, slots in there. And they come wide. Taro got runners. And out it comes to Feltham again. Darcy Feltham, the fullback. And he's done it again too. Got one on the left. And he grabs this one on the right-hand side. Darcy Feltham. They knew they had them stretched out wide. And they just kept coming with the long passes. Feltham got on the outside of his man there after the rearranged back line. That was Whanolua had to go into the centre spot. As Hinkley Ioka had gone into I suspect a 5'8" position. Here's some more Bishop Neal. Hang on. Oh. They eventually wrap him up. Must be so hard to try and tackle this big boy. Tosa Sawangia with the grubber kick. In it comes. Tied it up well there, but Batu at the back. More Warriors though. 2-point ball game here. It's all on the line. Can the Warriors get some points? Back it comes from Marriott. They come left. Tosasawangia. Nothing on out there. So he'll play it a few short of the try line. Marriott goes himself. Looks like he goes over there. From first glance, I thought he'd got that down. But there was a leg in between the ball and the grass. And so, the Bunnies would hold on again. A few minutes later, the start of a new set here is Drayton Marriott. Darts out of dummy half. Look at the ground he's making here. Trying to turn the screws in the final quarter of the match. Lemana gets it off to Korteka. Crucial Korteka, one of his typical bludgeoning runs. They come left this time. Tosasawangia. Out it comes to Ioka. Inside to Jeremiah Lemana. And he breaks through a couple and goes over the line. What a big play that was. Wowee, and don't the Warriors know it. They are over the moon. Jeremiah Lemana has been a superstar at fullback all season. And they came short side here. Tosasawangia. Look at the play of Hinkley Ioka inside. Jeremiah Lemana fended away from a couple there. He was not going to be stopped that close to the line. Wonderful stuff. And the kick from Tosasawangia would go over. 16 points to 8. The Warriors lead. Bunnies ain't going to go away though. Here's the number 15. Mailangi. Plays it out in front of the posts. And they get 6 more as well as they come out of dummy half. The number 14 reaches out. And he loses the ball at the last moment again. Jaden Rook. He reached out there and the ball came free. Warriors. They hang on for another opportunity. And here's some Jeremiah Lemana class. The quick tap. Away he goes. Steps a couple. Breaking tackles. Making ground. Don't know what his stats were for the game, but my word. Fantastic stuff. Swane Maasi. Bringing it back as well. Good follow-up carry. Alexander Boer got really involved in the second half with some good carries and big defence. Number 15, well played here. Whanau Law. Darting around. Quick play of the ball as it comes to Marriott. Ioka with the dummy. Gets smashed there. Mailangi got him. Warriors getting closer though. Back it comes to Neal this time. Bishop Neal just short of the try line. Drayton Marriott looking for options. He's got Korteka. No, he goes in behind to Ronan Byford. And Byford breaks free. And he gets over for another crucial score. Warriors extend the lead. Let's have a look at it on the replay. Korteka ran in front. Got out of the line there. And Byford. Over he goes. Absolutely over the moon. The Warriors now leading 22 points to 8. They come for more attack as well. Byford. They're having a bit of fun now, the Warriors. They sense the grand final's coming up next week as Lucian Mikhaili rolls over. However, it was a Shepherd. He ran in behind the lead runner there. And the Bunnies. Batoop tries to put the kick through. Look at this work from Ioka again. Hinkley Ioka on the kick cleanup. Wonderful stuff. And then straight out of dummy half goes Jeremiah Lemana. Look out. Here he goes. Remember the name, Jeremiah Lemana. Absolutely brilliant. Grabs a hat-trick in the most important game of the season so far. Over he goes. Let's have a look at it. Straight out dummy half. You can't underestimate the work of Ioka to make this possible. But then Lemana just put the foot down. He was in the clear. They tried to track him down. He sensed the chasers coming across. He's got great vision, this guy. And yes, indeed. The swan dive. 28 points to 8. The last attack here coming from the Bunnies as they fling it wide. Goes into touch. And that would be it. The prelim final. The Warriors 28 points to 8 victors over the South Sydney Rabbitohs. And they are going to a second consecutive grand final. What an incredible effort from TJ Ashford and his team. They've done it again. They've gotten to the grand final. And that is coming up next week, Saturday, the 3rd of May from Leichhardt Oval. Timing TBC. But it's going to be live streamed on Bar TV Sports. We'll have all the highlights right here, of course, for that one. Until then, up the Waz. Go the Warriors!